Hey YouTube, Tom Houston of Tom Houston Photography here, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing a piece of gear that I have owned for a while now. That is one of the most important pieces of gear I have, however I don't know why I haven't reviewed it sooner. And that is my Nanuk 925 hard case. So this is the main case I carry all of my equipment in. I do have two other photography bags, however one just carries accessories now and the other is my Photo Sport 200 low pro bag that I use when I'm going hiking or anything where I have to not bring all of my gear and not want to be carrying a case. So I have used, I haven't owned, but I have used Pelican cases before, and these cases, these Nanuk cases are, in my opinion, far better in so many ways. So first off, a couple of the main things, I'll just go over the case. All of the cases have pretty much the same design. There's many different sizes. I have the case that will fit as an overhead bag, so I can carry this onto airplanes. I took this with me when I went to Arizona and Utah. This is my thing to make sure that my gear didn't get mangled in the process. And with Pelicans, they have a very just solid plastic handle. It isn't comfortable. This is still solid plastic, however it's not as just a normal plastic like the rest of the case. It's nice to hold on to. It's not super comfortable, but it is a lot more comfortable than a Pelican, and it does lock down, which is nice. And one of the main features that I love about Nanuk cases is their clips, their latches, and they're really easy to open, and you can open them with one hand. One of the Pelicans I used, you have to like push down as hard as you can on the case to unlock the latch. I thought that was a complete waste. So with these ones, you just push down on the gray part and then just pull the clip up and the latches open up. And to close, you just put the latch back on the top, and it's that easy. So very easy to open. Also, before I open it, two things. First off, the hinges are very sturdy. I have not run into any issues with these. They seem very well protected. I know I've read a lot about Pelicans, hinges breaking and things going haywire with them. I don't know enough people that use Nanuk. I only know one other professional photographer that uses Nanuk cases. He swears by them. It was one of the reasons I got one and heard about them. But I have seen a lot of Pelicans have issues with their hinges. And lastly, on the front, they do have a pressure valve, so when you're on an airplane, if you do put this into the checked luggage, the pressure valve will allow it to equalize between the outside air and the inside air inside your case. However, sometimes that does take a while. My buddy who has one of these, he knew someone else who had one, took it on an airplane and then had to wait in customs for it to open because the pressure was still equalizing, and it took a while because you don't want to try to open up the case without the pressure being equal. Anywho, they also do have, I forgot, the holes here where you can lock it with locks, and Nanuk does sell TSA approved locks for that if you wish. I have just bought padlocks for if I'm going around places where I need to lock it up. So on the inside, I have done a what's in my bag video, which I will post a link beside here somewhere, so you can actually go through what's in my gear. I won't go over it. However, I have the the foam liner inside the case, which is just a cube foam. Pretty typical. This is my second set of foam I've gotten for this case, not because anything was wrong with the first one. It's just that I upgraded to full frame recently and needed to revamp and reorganize all of my gear, so I had to recube it, which is one of the pains of having cube foam. I would like to have dividers if I got another one of these cases. However, for my main case, it is nice to have the cube foam because it is much more secure. Nothing's going to move around, much more padding than I think the padded dividers will. However, you have a lot more versatility with your padded dividers. So anyways, this has a lot of space in it. Not, I don't think, as much space as if you had like a rolling bag, like a Think Tank or a Low Pro, because the lid takes up a lot of the interior volume. But for what I have, it's okay. So speaking of the lid, you have a really big piece of foam in here, and it is very, very protective. I've mutilated it up here so that my D90 will fit a little easily in the case, because it does stick out quite a bit. So I took out some of the foam, and you still have a good ½ an inch of foam left if you take out these little nubs. So inside the case, one of the main differences that one of my buddies pointed out between Nanuk and Pelican, I don't know if Pelican still does it, but the rubber seal for it being waterproof is in the lid instead of being here. So I've heard that Pelican cases, the rubber seal is on the bottom of the case, which means you can knock it off and break the seal, whereas the Nanuk cases are in the lid, so you can't really easily knock that out. So that is a nice feature. I don't know if Pelican still does that, but that's what I heard when I was getting this case a couple years ago, a year ago. And again, it holds lots of space. I can fit 2 camera bodies. One of them is filming, it's the D600, 16-35, 105 macro, 85 1.4, 50 1.4, which is on the camera, battery charger, batteries, miscellaneous, a leaf filter, Nikon D90 with grip, and I also put my leaf filter just resting on top of my macro lens because it is flush with the foam. So these cases are exceptional. I love this case a lot. It is really easy to use. It's really easy to open, close, all that stuff. Really doable. I have stood on this case and my gear is fine, nothing breaks. I haven't tried to sink it in water yet. However, I have the opportunity to use this in the rain and fog, and my gear inside was still fine. It is weather sealed, and it is a great case. I will probably get another one of these in the future. However, I just have to decide if I need another hard case or if I need a more traveling oriented case, because this is easy to travel with. However, for how much gear you can fit in this, it might not be the most cost effective way. I might get another one of these. However, I'm not sure if I want 2 of these or if I want a rolling bag. Nanuk currently does not have any cases with wheels. However, on their website they do say that they are having some of those in the works, but for now they don't. So I might either get another 925 just like this, or I will get a rolling bag, just because I will be able to fit more gear in it. However, it's not as bomb-proof as this. So these cases, the Nanuk cases, are, in my opinion, better than the Pelicans. They're much easier to use. They're probably just as sturdy. I think they're a little bit better designed, more, I don't want to say user-friendly, but like the handles are nicer, the clips are easier to use. The one thing I know that's probably the same with Pelicans or any other hard case is that once you have all your gear, that they do get pretty heavy. I don't even want to know how heavy this case is, but with all that equipment in it, it gets pretty heavy. So all in all, these are amazing cases. I would highly recommend them. They are what seems to be a very big underdog to the other cases, especially Pelican, but I do believe they are better. So that is my review of of my case. It is an exceptional case, and I have had no issues with it other than just having to refoam it because I changed all my gear around. And in the future I will probably get padded dividers just because it might be easier if I do get another case, as I said. So with that, I will end it here. I hope this helps. I highly recommend people get these cases because they are very good cases. No, I'm not a paid spokesperson for Nanuk. I just do stand by these cases because I have put this thing through quite a bit, and it has definitely withstood everything I've thrown at it, as well as standing on it. So with that, I'll end it here. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions about this case, let me know, and I will be more than happy to help you out. Cheers.